Hello Tubers, this is KingGrimlock, back once again for another Grimgram, and first off, as ever, a little bit of housekeeping. This is, in a way, my 100 subscriber thank you review. The toy I wanted to review isn't available as yet to me. I haven't managed to pick one up. So when he does arrive, when I manage to find one, I will do that review, whether it be as a 150 or a 125 or a 110 review. It will be my official 100 review when I get to do that guy. Let's just say in Japan he's known as Randy. Some of you guys will know why I want to do that for my 100. But as we are, thank you each and every one of you to make it to 103, I believe now. Yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. It's massively appreciated. When I started this, I didn't think I'd get 10 people watching, with all the competition that's out there. All the others that are out. It's not competition, we're just enjoying ourselves, aren't we, people? But yeah, you know, it's a massive thing that you're all out there watching me ramble on about plastic from yesteryear and from years now. Anyway, on to tonight's review. We have my first ever Generation 1 review, Generation 1 Highbrow. Now this is my original Highbrow. This is my original 1980 whatever it was Highbrow, which I have kept and is battered. I mean, you can see how utterly filthy he is and how badly yellowed he is, how bad the stickers are, but that's what makes him so special to me, is the fact that he's been loved. Look, all the friction's gone out of parts of him. Absolutely adore the guy. I still feel very lucky to actually have ever had any of the Headmasters, to be honest. They're such fantastic toys for their time. And now, you know, I look at them and I think, if I'm ever going to collect G1, because this is the only official complete G1 toy that I actually own. If I was ever going to collect G1 again, I would probably be hunting down the Headmasters first, to be honest with you, because they are fantastic bits of kit. Genius design. The head is a gimmick, but, you know, it is two toys in one. Speaking of which, have, of course, Gort with Highbrow. And let's take a look at him first, shall we? He's a Headmaster. He is a generic Headmaster. We don't move the arms. Why don't we move the arms, ladies and gentlemen? Because they'll snap clean off. Detailing isn't bad for a little robot. The face head sculpt, are we going to focus? Are you going to focus? No, probably not. Yeah, you know, it's got nice little detailing, but when you consider it is just moulded grey and blue plastic with a little bit of silver paint on the face, even though more than nice painted. And that's about it. And then there's the Highbrow head cover. Doesn't really do much, to be honest. Yeah, for its time, it's a nice little figure, and to put the extra detail in, it was very nice. But Highbrow himself, the Cybertronian helicopter, I suppose would be the phrase, double-bladed helicopter, very reminiscent of now animated leader-class Megatron's vehicle mode, and Super Megatron back in the day, and Incinerator from the movie line, both of which I have never seen kit bashed into a Highbrow. I'm working on one, but you know, they would fit nicely. Detailing on it's very basic. There's some lovely line work nearly everywhere. There's sculpted detail, but all the detail, as was with most Generation 1 toys, is picked out by the stickers, which are fairly well applied. I must say myself, for when I was a child. I love this red translucent plastic. I mean, I don't have much to say on, because there isn't too much to say about Generation 1 toys, other than the fact that they did what they did. They set the standard, they set the tone for the future years, and what was come ahead. I mean, we've never revisited Headmasters other than a Mega Supreme in the Energon line, really. And what a concept it was, what a gimmick it was, you know. Was the toys themselves any better than the original Transformers? No. You know, as a transformable piece, as a posable piece, this wasn't better. This was probably worse than that original line featuring, you know, Prime, Megatron, Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, those cars, and the original Decepticons, which were fantastic toys. I still like those to this day, but there's something about the Headmaster, especially about Highbrow, that I really like. Especially with the Autobot ones. I mean, most people give the Decepticon ones a lot of credit, but I do like the Autobot Headmasters. I really do. Wish that wouldn't stop flapping down. Anyway, I'll ramble on, but let's get on to his robot mode, because there isn't too much I can say, to be honest. Come here, little man. And we have Highbrow in his robot mode, Soln's head, because of course there's Gort in his head mode, and the headmaster gimmick. Here we go. Does it still work? I don't know. Of course it does. Highbrow, the average headmaster. Wait for the click. Wait. Oh, that never sounded good as a kid. It doesn't sound any better now, to be honest with you. Yeah, I adore this guy's robot mode. Absolutely adore it. There are some minor little details that make this so special for me. Here for me, the screws, all the screws on the front work because it adds a more robotic feel to it. The legs were a fantastic bit of design, to be honest. I'm not sure if the other headmasters had a similar sort of thing or anyone with the same transformation, because I mean, you know, it is just the tail, but because the legs are actually angled out slightly, the sections in the middle and the runners inside, it opens the leg up to actually give what is a closed tail section, with a slight twist, of course, open legs. I mean, they're not poseable. I mean, they're absolutely rock solid. There's no posability to them at all, but it makes him look like he's got a more open stance without actually having to open the legs. Very clever. He does have a waist swivel, which Generation 1 toy, very good going. He has shoulder swivel. That's it. That's his entire articulation. Yeah. This was one of the later Generation 1 toys, or mid-Generation 1 toys, really, we should say. And he has no articulation whatsoever. It's shocking, to be honest. But I love him. I absolutely adore him. He was probably my favourite toy from Generation 1. I don't know why. There's something about it. I'm not sure if it's a colour scheme. It wouldn't have been the character that would have been important to me, but there's something about him that's really stuck with me. And yeah, I mean, it's not detailed. It's not what we have today. Do we have better toys today? We have better engineered toys, yes. Do we have better quality? I doubt it. This is 25 years old, and other than a bit of yellowing and a bit of play wear on the stickers and stuff, and just general wear and tear, I mean, it was kept in a box for 10 years, for Pete's sake. He's immaculate. You know, there's nothing broken. You know, joints are starting to loose, but he's 25 years old. Yeah, we should mention the fact that kibble, vast amounts of kibble, as most Generation 1 toys have. But, you know, it's not so bad that you go, oh, there's half a plane on his back, as some of them are. But, you know, why Generation 1 toy? Why would you buy Generation 1 toys nowadays? Well, we've been discussing this on the Moonbase 2, which will be about here. And it's partly the nostalgia value, and Dreadwind's ghost, which is, where is Dreadwind? Where are you, sir? You're around here somewhere. I might be. Yeah, you're on here somewhere, buddy. Glenn. We're discussing. He said it's nice to look at the evolution of toys through time, and to go back to Generation 1 toys and look at what they were before. And what came first, but then there's a massive leap to Beast Wars with massive different articulation. This is history, you know, these are historical pieces now, they're 25 years old, and I keep saying that, don't I? And, you know, I don't have much to talk about on them because it's hard for me to go, oh, there's this detail and that detail, but to appreciate it for what it was, a 25-year-old toy that changes from a helicopter to a robot with a separate head that transforms from a small man to a head, which can also pilot him. You know, that's a mass amount of detail that has never been represented. And oh, I would love it if they did. Can you imagine headmasters in today's technology? Yes, please. But overall, I can't say enough good things about them. I would never go out of my way to collect them anymore. But the fact that I still have this guy means so much to me. And he is one of my favourites in my collection, despite... There he is, there's Glenn, found him. But, you know, guys, if you're a Generation 1 collector, or have any Generation 1 toys, you know what I mean by it. If you don't, and you want to experience some of it, I mean, Highbrow's not exactly a bad place to start. He's a good, competent, solid-looking robot, good, competent, solid-looking vehicle, and he's a headmaster. And those are all good things in my book. So, thank you very much for watching again. You are my 100. I'm on my 103, and I hope one day that we'll get to my 300 and I'll be able to do a This Is Sparta cry across the hall.